welcome. My name is Sarah Brennison. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a Tupperware business leader. And today my guest for Coffee with Sarah is my beautiful friend, Stephanie White. She is the owner and operator of Stevie's Studio. She is a nail technician, and myself and a lot of my friends are struggling right now because our nails are like gone. Like, this is how far my nail is left. I just have this much left. So I thought today would be really helpful for us to learn how we can keep our nails healthy during this time period, because quite frankly, it needs to happen regardless of whatever's going on in life. So if you're watching this in real time or on the replay, please let us know you're here. And if you have any questions that are not covered during what Stevie's about to share, please, 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 please know you can comment underneath this, and we will make sure that those questions get answered for you. So what tips do you have to share for us today, Stephanie?
Okay, so I have been getting a lot of calls from people that do the dip gel, and it's really not gel. It's actually an acrylic, so it has to be soaked off with acetone. So if you have any remnants of that left from 7 weeks ago when we were open, the biggest thing is to get cotton balls, soak them with acetone, put it on your fingernail, and wrap them with tinfoil. That should only take about 10-15 minutes if they were done correctly, and if they do not have an unsoakable gel top coat on. So that's the problem that people are having. So if you have an unsoakable gel top coat on, take a file, just file off the shine. Then try the wrap. If that doesn't work, that means that they may have been put on a little bit too thick, or they are actually acrylics. So you get a bowl about this size, get another bowl about this size. You put acetone in this bowl, hot tea water in this bowl. Don't let the hot water flow into the acetone bowl, but you place the acetone bowl into the hot water bowl and soak for about 20 minutes.
Soaking kind of in warm acetone is basically what you're doing. It's like a double boiler.
The hot water kind of activates the acetone to get it to work faster.
Okay.
Now that might take some time, depending on what product it is. I'm not familiar with a lot of the acrylics out there. I really only do the type of nails I do on you is the gel, unsoakable. But once you get it off, take a buffer and lightly just buff. Lightly. People go through their nails because they want to get them absolutely smooth. That might not be possible right away. So lightly buff. Cuticle oil. Cuticle oil is it's gonna be your best friend. I'm actually ordering, this is dandy oil. I'm actually ordering a whole bunch of this for when we do reopen. That actually has CBD in it to help moisturize even more. So people think, oh, I use it twice times a day. You don't really need to use it that often. If you use it every day, it's like creating, if you think of bubbles, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it kind of soaks into your nails. Your nails and your skin can only absorb so much. So once a day is sufficient. If you want to do twice a day just because it feels good, great, but once a day. Also, after taking your nails off, you're going to sit there and think, oh my gosh, they are so thin. Well, you're used to having the added protectant on them, so they're going to feel so much thinner, and they're going to feel sharp, and they're going to feel jagged. So I carry around a buffer. And when I get a little jagged edge, I just kind of buff it. And I have been doing that for 7 weeks.
And then is it a good idea? I know cuticle oil you should only really use once a day because the molecules are so big, it doesn't really help beyond that. Should we also be moisturizing our hands with just like a lotion so that our hands don't dry out?
A cream is better.
Okay.
I use LCN urea. This is for chat. I'll use this all the time. And it's very thick. But yeah, a cream would be good. But right now, it's getting warmer outside, a thick cream wintertime. But if you're in the garden, as a lot of people are calling me for, keeping your hands moisturized because the dirt dries them out. And
right.
A lot of people don't wear gloves. So if you don't want to wear gloves, moisturize your hands. Put your cuticle oil on before you go out into, the garden or what have you. But a lot of people, You don't want to wear gloves, hands are going to dry out.
Fabulous. Well, I love those tips. I know I'm excited. I still use cuticle oil daily. I'm excited for when I get to see you again in person. And
Yeah.
I am so thankful for those tips, and I hope that those of you watching found it to be helpful as well. I do have 3 questions that I always end every interview with. Do you mind if I ask those now? Okay. So number 1, what are 2 positive things that happened to you in the last 24 hours?
The vet got the tick off Cheech.
That's huge.
It's huge because I can't do it. And then I had a friend call me from Hawaii that I have not talked to. Oh my gosh, for I think I was in junior high,
That's
and she
awesome.
was one of my friends, and it was amazing. It was she popped her name popped, and it was through Facebook because I clearly don't have her number, and her name popped up, and I hung up on her at first because I thought it was a mistake, but then she called back, so I got to talk to her for about 2 hours.
That's fabulous. Number 2, when we can travel again, where do you want to go first?
Want to answer that for me?
No, I want you to answer it for you.
Where would I go? Key West. Come on.
The,
Where
la-
else do I
the last question I have from you is something that I took from one of my favorite authors. Jen Hatmaker has a podcast, and she ends every single interview with the same exact question. And it can be big and monumental, or it could be small and funny, or anything in between. And so my last question for you is, what is saving you right now?
my sobriety?
That's fabulous.
Hugely. And it's really funny. Well, it's not funny, I mean, but it's helped me. I have a friend that decided to go into treatment during all of this, and so I decided to support. And I never did the 12 steps. I just kind of did it on my own. But I found a book that was 12 steps related, and it's the Russell Brand, and he breaks it down, and it's been amazing. He says it in a different way, and it's really helped me do day by day.
That's fabulous. It's been fabulous learning these tips from you, and thank you for sharing. If you are a local business person that would like to be featured in Coffee with Sarah, please drop me a message or send me an email so that I can learn more about you and your business and help support you. Thank you so much, Stevie. It's been a pleasure, and I hope you stay safe and stay well.